If you've ever visited North Cobb High School in the United States, you might notice many posters in its classrooms and hallways. One of them reads, "The biggest question is no question." Traditional wisdom often holds that having no questions signifies mastery, complete understanding, and progress. In reality, this notion is flawed. Let's turn it around. Does having no questions mean there's no room for further advancement or innovation? As renowned educator Professor Yang Fujia put it, "What is learning? It's learning how to ask questions, not learning how to answer them." If you teach a student how to ask questions and how to master knowledge, it's like giving them a key they can then open all sorts of doors. It's often said, Chinese education aims to make students with questions have none. Foreign education aims to make students without questions have many. At first glance, this seems insightful. Mr. Yuan Jinghua elaborated in his article Reflections on Science Education. China's measure of educational success is educating students with questions until they have none, until they understand everything. Thus, Chinese students tend to have fewer questions as they age and advance in grade. America's measure of success is educating students without questions until they have many. If students pose questions their teachers cannot answer, that is considered a great success. Hence, American students often become more creative and imaginative as they progress. This brings to mind two stories. The philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein was a student of the renowned Cambridge philosopher G. Moore. One day, the famous philosopher Bertrand Russell asked Moore, "Who is your best student?" Moore immediately replied, "Wittgenstein." "Oh, why?" "Because among all my students, he is the only one who always looks utterly perplexed during lectures and has an endless stream of questions." Later, Wittgenstein's fame surpassed Russell's. When asked, "Why did Russell fall behind?" Wittgenstein said, "Because he ran out of questions." Another incident occurred in June 1979 during a bilateral primary education exchange between China and the U.S. Chinese observers, seeing American elementary students counting on their fingers for basic arithmetic while discussing inventions, concluded that American primary education was terminally ill. They predicted China's technology would surpass the superpower within 20 years. American observers noted that students in Beijing and Shanghai rarely asked questions unless prompted by the teacher. These children rushed to school before 7 a.m. and had heavy homework loads at night. The Americans concluded, Chinese children are diligent and hardworking, achieving the best academic results among their global peers. They predicted the U.S. would fall far behind in technology within 20 years. 2 decades passed. The result? America's terminally ill education system produced dozens of Nobel laureates and over 100 knowledge-based billionaires like Bill Gates, while China had yet to produce a single such talent from its schools. Both predictions were wrong. Thus, having no questions doesn't signify understanding or mastery. It signifies rigid thinking. Conversely, having no questions is the real problem. Think back to your own student days. Did you simply wait for the teacher to derive the standard answer step by step? At the end of class, when the teacher asked, "Do you understand?" or "Any questions?" you likely answered, "Yes," or "No questions." In fact, students having no questions is the greatest flaw in Chinese education. No questions mean no doubt, no personal perspective, no original viewpoint. Aristotle said, "For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them." More pertinently, inquiry begins with wonder and doubt. Einstein noted, "The formulation of a problem is often more essential than its solution." Without the ability to discover and pose problems, innovation is impossible. Every major discovery or invention in scientific history began with a question. Newton's theory of universal gravitation started with, "Why does the apple fall?" A sense of inquiry is crucial not only in learning but also indispensable at work. The work process is one of continuously discovering, raising, and solving problems. Alfred P. Sloan, leader of General Motors, always encouraged his subordinates to raise questions in meetings. If few questions emerged, he would adjourn the meeting immediately, sending everyone back to think. He would reconvene only when they could pose various questions. He believed, a decision with no problems indicates the decision itself is severely problematic, necessitating deeper investigation and research. Having problems is normal. Having none is abnormal and constitutes the biggest problem. Consider an organization or a company with dozens to thousands of employees. Missing problems once or twice is understandable, but consistently failing to spot them is alarming. A saying puts it well, achievements unspoken won't vanish. Problems unspoken will lead to disaster. A company claiming to have no problems is either complacent or ignorant. Failure to identify problems indicates issues in capability. Failure to ask well indicates issues in fulfilling duties. Failure to handle well indicates issues in mindset. All these are detrimental to work. Laozi advised, deal with things before they appear. Put things in order before disorder arises. This teaches us to perceive the subtle and foresee the obvious, ideally eliminating problems in their infancy, or at least before they cause harm. Many enterprises only analyze hidden dangers after accidents occur, suddenly realizing these risks were always present, merely obscured by what everyone dismissed as minor issues, or no problem at all. In reality, we often can spot problems at work but turn a blind eye due to unreflective thinking, or we avoid difficult ones. Some even adopt the mindset that avoiding major mistakes is the ultimate achievement. Over time, minor issues accumulate into major crises. For individuals, don't fear discovering problems, and certainly don't fear solving them. If you solve these problems, you cease to be an ordinary employee. Often opportunity isn't absent, it exists within various problems, circling around you. If you don't actively seize it, it quietly slips away. So, are you convinced now? Is having no questions truly having no problems? Always remember this formula. No problem equals problem.